Alright, good afternoon and welcome back mga summoners. You are watching the LCL Collegiate League Game 2 today. Alright, we are your Shotcasters. I am G10 coming at you, and this is Arctic, the coach of War Gods La Liga Filipinas. Hello, and we are going to be casting the match. What are we casting today? What are we casting? No, we are casting CPC versus JBL. It's a Visayas wildcard match. Alright, what's interesting about these two teams is, actually it's funny because they defeated two strong teams.
Really?
Yeah, they each defeated a strong team, and then the other team got defeated by the one that they each defeated.
Okay.
It's actually CPC defeated Golden Lions,
Okay.
and JBL defeated Choi Warriors. But Choi Warriors defeated CPC, and JBL was defeated by Choi Warriors.
It's like a whole complicated web of games happening.
I think it's kind of like rock, paper, scissors.
Oh, there we go.
So,
Funny how these wild card games work out.
yeah, wildcard games, talagang wild na wild. Yeah, as we saw in last game's UST versus PLM match.
Oh yeah, that was really
Wow. I didn't expect it to end that early, actually.
Exactly, like USC really brought on the aggression that game. So, but nonetheless, I'm really looking forward to seeing what further games we have here. We have a lot of games ahead for today, so just tune in.
Yes, we have 6 games for today. We are on Game 2. The stream will be until 9 p.m. So you have a lot of time. Get some popcorn, you know.
That would be
Diba?
nice.
Get popcorn, get a drink. Alright, and we'll be here for a while. So, you know, if you want to take a nap, andito pa rin kami.
Yes.
Yeah, alright, so let's head into pick and bans. What can you say about these bans?
Oh my god, Fizz, Aurelia, Morgana. Again, for the LCL, I think it's more about scouting out the players, looking at their previous games, looking at what were the strengths of each team during the previous game. So, Fizz, I haven't really seen the previous games, particularly for Visayas, but assuming that the Fizz ban would probably more of respect bans, basically, for the side of John Vidaxon. And the same goes the Talia, the Tariq, the Shen. So I'm assuming that these are respect bans as well for the mid lane, the support, and the top lane for Collegiate de la Purisima consumption, respectively. So looking at the picks here, though, first, Gragas here being locked in for Laxus is definitely going to be a champion prize, unless we see some crazy AX type of thing going on where something more orthodox happens. For the
Actually,
there.
it has been done. Gragas top has been a thing in the LCL before.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, I think they might use it to fake them out, to fake out the Maroon Dragons. But you know, you never know. But the Twitch pick coming in, very strong ADC at the moment.
That's true.
And Rek'Sai, always been a strong jungler, always had a presence in the competitive scene ever since she was released.
Queen of the Cersei really making a comeback here. You know, like, if you look at the previous matches, you know, back when Rek'Sai was really prominent, you know, and then they suddenly heard with a few nerfs here and there. But then again, Rek'Sai, I really like, personally, like, for me, looking at, although I'm not a jungler personally, but one of my favorite junglers has always been Rek'Sai. Like, there's like a lot of stuff that you can work with, her actually.
Yeah, her. Woman empowerment, yeah,
Yes,
strong
there we go.
woman. Rek'Sai.
And then for the side of Collegiate de la Purisima, you see the Lulu ideas here. Pick. This is
Flex pick.
somewhat flexible once again.
Yeah.
So although we're definitely gonna see the Azure pick, but for the Lulu, still kind of 50-50. You can still see the Lulu go top or the support. So I kind of like the mind games happening.
Yeah, or you know, on hit Lulu 80 carry.
Oh my goodness, that would be
Some kind of AEX kind of stuff, you know. G-Hub,
really
AEX,
something.
meta breaking.
That'll be interesting. I'm all for the unorthodox.
Yeah, of
shopping.
course.
If you can
Of
make it
course.
work, why not?
Yeah, and it makes for an interesting game. Much better for us, for our viewers, for you guys. Sobrang ganda.
Yes.
Alright, but the Karma has been locked in for Lucy here. Or not, we're not sure. Could be
Again,
top lane.
yes.
Well, but
but
Vajana.
Vajana.
So, could be mid lane, could be top lane.
It's just so hard. Like, if you're casting before, you could already automatically make the assumption that these are going to be the traditional picks. But then again, you have teams like AEX coming into the pro gaming series, making all these unorthodox picks. Like, it's absolutely mind-blowing, especially as a
And they make it
shoutcast.
work.
Yeah, exactly. They managed to make it work. And looking at the side here for Collegiate de la Purisima Concepcion, we see a Thresh being out there. And then Shakes.
Pretty Shakes is kind of weird. I think she hasn't been seen that much in the competitive scene. She's more of a solo queue champion.
There we go, exactly.
Yeah, she's more of a solo queue champion, but well, she has been locked in. They're gonna be rolling with the Jinx. You know, but still, the strength of Jinx, the insane tower pushing power, almost
Yes.
equal to Tristana. You know, in late game with full items, Jinx just 1, 2, 3 autos. You're gone if you're squishy.
Exactly, and I'm actually glad that you brought that up because as you remember, a few patches back, we got that buff on Lulu wherein double, I think that was Swimsy.
Yeah, Swimsy.
Like, you get the attack speed buff now, so I think
Oh,
that's
yes,
something that would be really interesting synergizing with not only just the Jinx but the Azir as well, because as you know, Azir does benefit from that attack speed. So, and of course the Thresh, not as prominent as the other supports these days, but still a very viable player.
Yes, definitely. Still, you could still be Mad Life, be the Thresh, make those big hook plays and win the
Exactly.
game. But so it will be Lulu top lane.
Yes, there we go.
Yeah, looks like it.
I'm loving those picks right now, and the Maokai being locked in for the side of John B.
Classic top laner.
So yes, looking at the composition, I mean for you personally,
Me personally, I would have to give this to. I'd like to say Maroon Dragons, but the Jinx Pink from Ainz will. I don't know. It's kind of.
it's tricky.
It's weird. It's weird. It's definitely weird in the competitive scene. But if it works in solo queue, it has the potential to work here.
Exactly. I guess yeah, because technically I'd say that LCL is kind of semi-pro, so you're kind of still in that boundary between
Yeah.
solo queue really being dominant here, and then sometimes teamwork does work for other teams as well. So
Yes, definitely.
But yeah, overall, I'm kind of interested in seeing how Collegiate de la Purísima Concepcion will pull this off here. So, but nonetheless, because yeah, I was saying I'm really interested in seeing how they'd be able to maximize this interesting combo and interaction with the Lulu and the Azir and the Jinx. respectively.
Yes, the attack speed buff from the Whimsy, very powerful on both of these champions.
Yes.
Even though this team is a bit AP heavy, with Jinx being their only AD damage dealer, it's still a pretty solid composition. You see, if with the Gragas explosive cast, with the Azir wall, and with Lulu's transmogrify.
Yes.
Yeah, that's just a big set of, big team fight changing ults.
Yes, exactly. And like, if you're gonna look at John B. Lacson University's composition, it's a bit more. For me, I'd say it's a bit more traditional. Like
Yeah.
something that you would expect to be seen, like Maokai, the Rek'Sai, the Karma.
Yeah, meta.
Exactly. And then for Colegio de la Purísima Concepcion, it's kind of sure we have the Azir, you usually see the Gragas, but like what I'm particularly looking for to hear for the side of Colegio de la Purísima Concepcion, as I've said, is the interaction that this particular Lulu could have with the two champions, and I'm just very interested to see how they pull this off for this particular game, knowing that they're going up against a more meta-based composition for John B. Lacson University.
Yeah, well, this is League of Legends. It's a crazy game. Anything can happen. Ateneo lost with like a 10,000 gold lead.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, UPD actually got booted out yesterday in a game, and it was actually on stream, but they got
Would
majorly
obliterated me
outplayed.
too much? Okay,
No,
outplayed, okay.
I would not like to say obliterated because that's still high school.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry there. Sorry
It
about
still
that.
hurts a bit. Masakit pa rin. Yeah, but I feel bad for Deep. Our other shoutcaster from UPD. Well, actually, madaming shoutcaster from UPD.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's me, Shinbu, Deep, and Ino.
UP domination right there.
Yes.
Oh, so we have like 4 shoutcasts.
Oh, also Atlas.
Oh
5 of
my
us.
goodness. So would I assume that UPD has a ton of shoutcounts in their talent? Ready to
No, I think madaldal lang kasi kami.
Oh, okay.
No, but kidding aside,
Yeah.
UP they looked solid at the start of the LCL, very solid, but then
Yeah. I mean, like,
feels bad. Man.
UPD is kind of one of those teams that you expect to excel in the local collegiate league. They've been around for quite a while. They have, for me, I find Neep one of the strongest supports, if not just in the LCL, but in the Philippines in general. Like,
Oh.
I really like his analysis of the game, and it's just these really huge unexpected things happening in the LCL. But then again, as I was telling Shinmu earlier, this is the kind of thing that I guess it's kind of something that you anticipate at this point because sure we have these big names in esports right now, as I was telling him earlier, but then again you have these new names coming up, kind of like what we're seeing in the NALCS right now. Like you're seeing a drop in the veteran pool and more of these new bloods coming in. I think that's the exact same thing that we're seeing here for the local Collegiate League.
Also, like, it's actually really interesting because in the local Collegiate League right now, like most of the people who are going to be playing, most of the teams playing today and tomorrow are the teams we didn't expect to make this far.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's actually pretty cool. It's you know, it just turned on its head. It's like kind of it's kind of like AEX. You know, AEX beating IPD. You didn't expect it, but it happened, and now you just want to see more.
Right. Exactly.
Right. So since we want to see more, we are here. We are going to be loading into the game very soon.
Oh yes.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to this game. Oh my goodness. Ladies and gents, let us know who you guys want to win. Who you guys
Definitely,
are
you can
for.
tweet out to us. You
Yes.
know, I forgot the hashtags. Was it? I think it was hashtag LCL Summer Term 2016
Yeah.
or something. And you
Something
can say hashtag CPC win, hashtag JBL win. You know, just get with the discussion, and you know we might even shout you guys out.
Yes, and to
Right.
all you active people in the chat as well.
Right. Oh, okay, so I think we have our first round of Alright. Oh, here. Alright, so we have shoutouts here. Our first round of shoutcasts.
awesome.
Shoutouts. Alright, so we are shouting out. Shout out to Jairo Rulsua. Yan, excited na ako sa UE. And Firecidal saying, parang mas maganda ang comp ng OL kesa sa MD. And I would like to agree with you on that, but we are loading into Summoner's Rift right now. Ooh, beautiful, beautiful animation once again.
Oh my goodness, I'm loving these huge changes that we're seeing in the way we watch these games. But here we go,
Yes.
into the game we go.
Yes, into the game. Definitely, we have on the blue side Carlo as Lulu in the top lane, Laxus as Gragas in the jungle, AC Azir in the mid lane with heal, Ains as Jinx, very weird pick, as AD carry, and Bitik as Thresh in the support role.
Yes, and on the red side for John B. Laxon University, ladies and gents, we have Jan in the top lane on that Maokai. In the jungle, we have Rosés on the Rex side. In the mid lane, we have Lucy on one of my personal favorites, Karma in the mid lane.
Ooh, Karma.
And for the bot lane to round things up, we have G's on the Twitch on AD carry, and Demigod on the Janna for support. Oh my goodness, these
Alright, pretty
lineups.
solid teams.
Yes,
Solid
exactly.
lineups.
Oh, and I'm liking that Dark Star Thresh.
Yes, beautiful skin. That's, if I'm not mistaken, that's cost 500 RP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been dying for that skin personally as a support. But
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
look at this. A little fairly standard laning phases that we're seeing here from the side of
Pretty
both.
standard bot side start for the junglers.
Unlike that previous game earlier that I was watching with Shin, who like there was a lot of action within the first 3
Oh,
minutes.
yeah.
But for here, we're kind of seeing the teams, you know, just kind of farming, waiting for, possibly waiting for the mid game, late game, where they would really get the action going. But we're here, probably seeing for the first 10 minutes. Predictably, we might not be seeing that much, but who knows? We'll see what happens.
Well, definitely, because let's see, Twitch is a mid-game carry champion, right? And the power spike of Jinx comes mid to late game. So definitely, this bot lane will just aim to farm up, and I don't know. I guess we'll see. But Azir and Gragas with the potential for big plays.
Yes, I mean, like, even though they've nerfed Azir quite a lot.
Oh, quite a
like,
significant.
look
Oh, the
at that
hook and the traps, but they will get Janna Twitch very low. Ignite drop, but the exhaust. Oh, he flashes out. Heal, flash, 3 summoners down for Mojo.
Oh,
the flash,
my
first blood,
goodness.
4 8. I just ate my words. There you go, first blood for that Jinx. Wow, they busted 2 summoners to 3.
Yes, and
Very worth.
it's so interesting. Like, we were talking about how that Jinx was kind of a questionable thing, but then again, it all comes down to how these players play out their champions.
Yeah, and very, very well played. He does have an 18 CS lead and
Yes.
a kill on that Twitch. Not looking very good for G's here.
Oh my god,
Jeez
if you look at
Louise.
that, the goal difference. I mean, just the creep score for the bot lane, 18-3. So
That's
that's like a
six
50
times more.
Exactly, and that's kind of not a position you want to be in at the start of the game for Twitch. But it's still
Definitely.
early to tell what can happen.
Yeah, Twitch is actually the ADC with the most pentakills per game.
Oh yeah, exactly. Because of I believe it's the ult that really
Yes,
contributes.
the
to that.
rat-a-tat-tat.
Yes. There we
Yes,
go.
very good, very great game-changing ult, especially if he can combo it with Maokai and Rek'Sai CC.
Yes.
And if Janna is able to reset the team fight in their favor, then that rat-a-tat-tat will come in very handy.
Yes. I think I'm glad you brought that up because looking at the overall composition for John B. Laxon University, it's kind of making sure that you get the right initiates so that you can get the most optimal damage out from that Twitch, as opposed to the side of Colegio de la Purísima Concepción. It's kind of like more of an expected team fight here,
Yeah.
the Gragas initiate and then the Lulu for the utility. But again, as I was saying earlier, I'm kind of interested to see how the Lulu will interact with the Azir and Jinx going into the team fights.
Yes,
especially.
those are big buffs on those two champions who rely a lot on the attack speed.
There we go. And as I was saying, we got those Azir nerfs, but I'm kind of interested. Will the Lulu buff kind of make up for
For
those
those
Azir nerfs,
Oh,
especially once the Whimsy comes up? But ooh, hold that.
Yeah, that was just a little gank. He just
Yeah.
spooked his ear. Just spooked that AC.
A little bit of mind games being played here.
Yeah, but he will be able to dodge out of that gank easy. Ooh, Maokai very low here.
Ooh, my goodness.
Interesting. Well, it's kind of expected because Lulu is a ranged champion. Her poke
Yes.
does kind of hurt. And Maokai can't really do anything early game.
Exactly. I think it's all a matter of either wait for a gank coming from the Rek'Sai or just kind of make sure that you don't fall off too much
Yeah.
going up against that Lulu early game.
Yeah, well, also looking at the comp of Maroon Dragons here, it looks like they will be relying a lot on Rek'Sai, Roses here to not snowball, but to keep them in the game.
Yes.
Because their lanes look very reliable to the reliant to the ganks from the Rek'Sai. Speaking of which, it's pretty cheeky lane gank here. They don't see him. Oh,
Oh.
Twitch out of stealth. They are going to try to go for this, but Rek'Sai going in. He will get
Oh
played
my
out, but the flash
goodness.
in is very low, exhausted, and goes down to G's. G's still in the fight, and Bitik, and they will have to disengage from that one kill for the Maroon Dragons. Great gank, but the counter gank from CPC just wasn't slightly wasn't enough.
Exactly, and if you kind of look at it, I like how John B. Laxon University played that. It's very textbook. You kind of start a little bit of aggression, and then you pretend that you're in an unfavorable situation, and then comes the Rek'Sai to turn things
Yes.
around. And
Classic bait. That's what I would do as a
Exactly.
jungler.
so 1-1 on the scoreboard, still very even out. Still, again, still too early to tell who has this in the bag. Again, it's all a matter of how these teams play it out, and
Yes.
I can't personally tell. Colegio de la Purísima Concepción, John B. Laxon University, with the whole introduction of the new format for LCL, looking at these two new teams, it's very hard to figure out. It's for
Yeah.
Visayas, we're kind of familiar with UI University of Iloilo.
Yes,
since they-
definitely. They almost won the last term, but they were
Exactly.
beaten out by Potu.
Yes, but then again, I'm kind of liking overall how the LCL went for this whole conference format because in a way you grant more leeway to discover these talents, especially from Visayas and Mindanao. We get to reach out to them and discover what talent that they have to offer.
Yeah, definitely. Because what we're actually trying to do now in Garena, in regards to tournaments,
Right.
is we're trying to scout for talent in the whole country, all across the country. We're doing that with the Piltover's finest tournaments. We're doing that with LCL, so that everybody has a chance to show their stuff.
Exactly, and
Yeah.
I think it's a really smart move because we actually see results coming out of this. AEX coming from Visayas, coming in strong, defeating
Yes.
all these big teams coming from Manila, and it just goes to show that no matter what part of the Philippines you come from, as long as you have that dream, the motivation, the passion, it's possible. You can make it to the pro scene, make it big, and look at AEX now. They're
Definitely.
in Vietnam, ready to compete in the
Yes,
JBLU.
they're gonna go to Vietnam very
Exactly.
soon.
Oh
They're gonna
my
be there. And
goodness.
don't forget to watch those games, August 8 to 10. There will be 6 games each day.
I am
for
so
3
looking forward
days.
to those games.
Hype for
Oh,
GPL.
gosh.
Yeah, well, going back to the game tournament
Yes.
thing, I'd
So-
like to shout out G Hub from Pampanga.
Oh yeah.
You know, they came in super strong in the first split. They did get beaten out by AEX though, but you know, as a rookie team, getting to playoffs on your first ever split in the PGS, that's an amazing achievement. So definitely, yeah, don't let your dreams be dreams.
I thought you were gonna complete the whole thing there, but
no,
yeah.
no, no. The camera's not on. I can't do the whole sheer level
Yeah.
flexing thing.
But oh my goodness, 9 minutes into the game, and then as we said earlier, pretty much very safe lanes being played
Yes.
here. More farming.
Everyone's looking for their item spikes.
Yes. Still waiting for those levels, going past level 6 where they have all the tools in the bag needed. And again, the itemization. You know,
Yes.
everybody's just trying to build up, wait for, as you said, the spikes. And
But Laxus and Bindic, the big place hook lands, and that will be Demigod getting slain. Roses with a counter gag does get Laxus, but will they chase for more? It doesn't look like it. Another 1-for-1 trade there.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness. Most of the action again happening in the bot lane.
Yes,
These-
because yeah.
like these two junglers really want to make sure that their AD carries really have the relevance going into the mid and late game, making sure that they want to deal relevant damage as far as being carries.
Yeah, definitely. Because looking at the bot lanes of each team, they're both very item dependent champions.
Mhm.
Yeah. And they both want to get to their item spikes. So medyo paunahan na lang kung
Exactly.
sino makaspike una. And then I think that they'll initiate a team fight once say Twitch gets his Yomu's Ghostblade or Jinx gets her I don't even know what Jinx gets first. That's how unfamiliar I am with Jinx.
Yeah,
in the
because you haven't really
scene.
seen her that much lately.
Yeah, at all even.
But then again, I must commend the top laner for John B. Laxon University here. As we were saying earlier, there's a lot of abuse and poke that the Maokai could be taking from this Lulu.
Yeah.
But then again, he's done a very good job at making sure that he's kept at bay 94 and 84... 896 rather and 84 for the Lulu and Maokai respectively. Not that much of the...
Respectable CS,
Yeah,
considering that he gets poked out.
Very good, exactly. And yeah, looking at it's just everything's just so evened out here. I can't really pinpoint that much of a lead going on between from Colegio de la Purísima
Yeah.
Concepcion and John B. Laxon University. I think it pretty much comes down to the fact that both compositions are somewhat similar in the sense of where their spikes peak. Because early game you
Yes.
expect to not really see that much from either composition. So we're just kind of waiting for the bloodbath that's to happen in the mid and late game.
Yes, and bloodbath that will be because the explosiveness of this team fights is evident in the champions that they are using. But the farm alarm from Rek'Sai coming in from behind CPC. This is going to be an interesting one, ladies and gentlemen. But he just gets in the tri-bush and doesn't even go for it. I thought he was going to go for that, honestly.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, that would have been the perfect time because they didn't have the tri-bush warded. They didn't know where he was teleporting to. See, they're even engaging now.
Probably think it's kind of one of those instincts where maybe he thought, especially since
Yeah, they were.
the side of Colegio de la Purísima Concepcion was a bit pushed out. So I guess if you're gonna kind of read that positioning as a jungler, you'd think that it was guarded.
Yeah, you think that they see you.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
in reality, he had no idea. But
Oh,
now they do, and this is when he goes in. He gets hooked. Oh, but geez, gonna get
my goodness!
explosive cast. He gets taken down, but Roses does get the 1-for-1 trade. Will he get out? It doesn't look like it, but he's trying his best to run. He will get taken down by
Oh.
the Gragas for a double kill.
Very mess. I'd say that was beautiful, but then for me that was just
That
kind
was
of messy to
messy.
watch.
There was no beauty in that. It was just messy. But wow.
Oh, Thresh trying to get that last minute hook onto Dejana, but 4-3 on the scoreboard.
3-1 on this Gragas though. Well done, Laxus.
Very good. So I guess it's all a matter of that Gragas having that 3-1 has to take advantage of that lead that he has right now. Probably, I guess, because like basically what we're seeing right now is heavy emphasis
Oh!
on.
Wow,
Ooh.
the flash from Carlo secures the kill on the Jan Jan.
So finally, we see a little bit of action happening here in the top lane.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere. I thought he was just gonna back away because he was under tower, but he will get responded onto by Lucy. The Karma getting slowed down, but he will use Hugify on himself. Carlo getting very, very low. It looks like Lucy has secured this kill for the... Well, oh, but the shield, he does get that.
Oh.
Flashes for the Q. Wow. I don't think that flash was needed.
Exactly. It wasn't. It was.
It's a ton of resources. That's
Yeah.
both flashes and Ignite.
But,
the ulti from Garena.
okay, let's see what's happening here. Trying to get the game onto the bot lane, but not quite happening there.
Yeah, but yeah, that was a lot of resources for one Lulu.
Exactly, and I'd understand if it was necessary, but as you said, it was kind of unnecessary considering that the Lulu was pretty much dead at that
She was
point. in my
tethered.
opinion. Yeah.
She was rooted or snared right there. It was such an easy kill. I think like 1 or 2 auto attacks would have done it, and she didn't have flash
Exactly.
at all. So that would have been a very free kill. Don't need the flash for that.
I think in this point, it's just kind of, you know, they're in such a high stakes situation. Wild cards, especially. Like,
Yes.
I guess, you know, the stakes are high. If I were in their position, you know, I'd be really tense right now.
Yeah. Last chance and all that.
Exactly. And I guess, you know, just kind of, although as we said, it was a bit unnecessary, but on the side of the Karma, I guess, just for to make
security.
sure that, yeah, there we go.
Kill secured.
There we go. So 5 and 4, 22.6 for the side of OLN.
Yeah. What's interesting, I think, in this mid lane is that Azir doesn't have that much of a CS lead, considering that Lucy they spent a lot of time in the top lane trying to get the kill onto Carlo.
Exactly.
Yeah, but he's still not that ahead, just denying less than a wave of minions for Lucy. And he didn't try to make any plays down bottom or follow up to top lane.
I think that's just yeah, and that just goes to show. I think it's more of the nerfs that Azir has that hurt him in terms of trying to get as much CS as you can. Because like,
Yeah.
if you're gonna look at Azir in previous patches, he was pretty much such a bully. Like, if you look at the CS, it's actually pretty easy to get CS.
Yeah, just stand in the back, let your soldiers do everything for you.
Yeah, so I think exactly
Like an emperor.
and I think it's just pretty much those nerfs that we're seeing here that's kind of affected, or maybe it could be the player efficiency in getting CS. Who knows? So, but nonetheless, here we go.
Oh, a hook almost landing, but it will not land. Rosés again looking for that cheeky lane gank, but will he get it this time?
I love the fact that these junglers are really prioritizing the bot lane here,
Yeah.
knowing that the Jinx and the Twitch could have a heavy impact going into the mid and late game, so long as that they get the items, get the lead that they need to carry these two teams right here.
It looks like though CPC does suspect something is fishy. Even though they have no vision in that bush, they do suspect something. And the Gragas is here for backup. Laxus, he is spotted out. The ward has seen.
YOLO, a little bit of a badge show there. Yeah, I know you're there.
Yeah, I'm here. You know I'm here. What's up?
I think it all.
But are they gonna engage here? No, the traps. Oh, it does get Jana. The hook lands, but will the Flay? The Flay does land. She's very slowed. Monsoon used. The Super Mega Death Dragon and the Rocket auto attack will get her. Oh, Twitch with a rat-a-tat-tat already used. The wall of Shurima shuffle. Let's go. But Jinx very, very low. Twitch will go down to AC. Oh, the Karma almost getting, but Thresh does go down to Rosés, getting explosive cast right into AC's face. Is he out? He's very tanky, but the Karma and the Gragas just taking them out. Oh my god, but Lucy taking out AC. But Maokai teleporting and responding. What?
What
4
just
for
happened there?
3. Wild.
I'm just absolutely mind blown.
I'm out of words.
Just keep on running back and forth. Like earlier, I thought Collegiate del Purissimo was doing well, and then suddenly it's John B. Lax, and then kept on going back and forth, back and forth.
They just kept getting kill for kill for kill for kill. Very interesting.
But here, I guess we have John B. Laxon University going for this dragon here.
Taking the first dragon of the game, the Cloud Drain.
So there we go. So for me, as going into the PGS, like based on in terms of objective priority, like we all know how the Drakes have these all special characteristics that they have depending on which one you say. So I'd say that at this point in the game,
Once
But
again
hold
in
on,
the
Tom.
bot lane, a guy from Possess. Oh, they almost getting Giants. He is gonna go down to the rat-a-tat-tat, and Bitik will not go to the poison because he was shielded. But Rosess once again in the middle of everything. But Laxus going to, but jeez, in everyone's face, just being a very annoying rat. That's a 1-for-0 right there, almost a 2-for-0 if Carlo didn't teleport and shield Bitik there.
Oh my goodness, but there we go. Look at this replay here. Very. Look at just look at this. It just kept on backing back and forth. At first, you'd think that it was in favor of CPC, and
Yeah.
then you have this further enforced by the fact that the Azir was there, and then you have the Emperor's Divide coming in, and oh my goodness, there you go. We have the Azir getting that kill there, and then again going back and forth once again. They're going heavy onto this Rek'Sai, and then the Karma comes in. But, oh my goodness, and then there we go. You're pretty much going back and forth. They couldn't know what's happening. Lucy trying to, but here we go. Going back to the live screen here. 8 and 9 on the score.
That was that crazy team fight. All the
Oh,
craziness is
God.
in this game. The teams are basically equal at this point.
Yes.
Right. And Gragas with that dang 420 score. Let's see, the bot lane. In the bot lane where everything has been happening, Jinx and Twitch are basically on even footing,
Yes.
except that Twitch has a pickaxe over Jinx. Right?
I think that in terms of...
Oh, but
Oh.
speaking of Twitch, jeez, gonna go in rat-a-tat-tat into mid lane. He did not go for Youmu's though, which is,
Exactly.
I think, kind of weird. Is he going for the old crit Twitch build?
Perhaps. I mean, especially with the comeback of Twitch, I guess, you know, Youmu's has become a bit more of a cost-efficient item, especially like if you want that, try to go for a little bit more of an early game domination.
Yeah, well, I understand if he hesitates to go for the armor pen because
Yeah.
the only person he does really need to worry about with the armor pen is Gragas because CPC is not gonna build very tanky in general, other than Thresh and Gragas, and Thresh is
Exactly.
easily taken out if you just kind of focus him.
But I think it's kind of interesting. Like, if we could look at the kill distribution here, for the side of John B. Laxon, I think they succeeded a bit more in that. Because, like, sure, you have more of the kills going to the Kragas, but then again, for the side of John B. Laxon, you have the kills going to the Karma. You have a bit more of a
Very good.
balance going to the Twitch. So, like, in terms of substance, like, as far as who the kill should be going to, I think John B. Laxon is juggling a bit.
Roses
bit
once
more
again
so.
with a gank.
Oh.
Carlo! Carlo is caught out. He does humongify himself, but he is a Lulu. Easily gets out of that gank.
Very scary situation for that Lulu there, though. Very well played though by Carlo getting out.
Yeah,
in the next
imagine you're a 3-foot tall Yordle. You get ganked by a tree and a big void monster.
Exactly.
But the first turret of the game. Wait, that wasn't the first turret. Sorry, the first turret was in the bot lane. The second turret, they did get the top turret. Ooh, once again engaging. Rat-a-tat-tat on a Twitch with the flag and the monsoon. Ains will go down. Jeez, on a killing spree. And that's another one for the Rampage double kill on that Twitch. And there's that rat.
That is the lead that John B. Laxon was looking for. Again, it's all a matter of which AD carry they'd managed to get fed in. 5 and 3 and 4 on this Twitch right now. Again,
Yes.
John B. Laxon finally getting the kills needed for that AD carry, and hopefully we're gonna see a lot more of that Twitch becoming painful as they transition into these.
Yeah, Infinity
clashes.
Edge completed here for
Oh
Twitch.
my goodness.
Great power spike there. That bumps up his crit chance to, I believe, 50%.
Yes,
Right?
exactly. And like as you were mentioning earlier, like this Jinx, particularly reliant on the items, not a good position to be in 2, 5, and 4
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, but definitely, we're still in the phase of the game where anything can still happen.
Exactly.
But even though the lead is kind of big, well, not that big, but it's still pretty significant for John B. Laxon. If CPC goes to late game with this, Ainz is a major threat. Because Jinx's late game scaling is better than Twitch. But Roses with a flash gank, Ainz with a response flash. Once again, The focus on the bot lane almost landing that hook, but the body slam will
Oh.
land. Explosive cast, but there are 4 people, 5 people for CPC. The Shurima shuffle, ladies and gentlemen, let's go. Demigod taking out G's, also taken out by Ice. Rosés taking tower shots, will go down. The hook lands. Lucy taking the triple kill for Ice. That's a 4-4-0. What
Oh
was I
my
saying about what was I saying about Twitch being ahead? What?
I'm not sure what just happened there for John B. Lacton. They were a bit too in it, but then again, Colegio de la Purísima Concepcion just really punished them for that overextend that they had. But this will be a tower for
What
Colegio
just
de la Purísima.
happened there?
This is the type of turnaround that they needed. John B. Laxton was just a bit too complacent there and paid dearly for that.
Yes, and with Mountain Drake spawning, very, very good timing on that team fight.
Exactly, and I believe like for Mountain Drake, looking at what both teams are going for in terms of win condition, Mountain Drake would be a fairly... Oh, but
Rosés in a bit of a pickle here. There is 4 people from CPC. The box has been dropped. Rosés very low, but the Monsoon will reset this fight. Jan going straight for Ace, flashes in for it, but G's in the middle, once again taken down. Oh my god, but G's does go down also. Oh, but let's see, Lucy taking out double kill in one. Soul Flare, triple kill onto the Gragas. Carlo, the last one left alive. Will it be a quadra here? Quadra kill! Quadra kill for you, for Lucy. That Karma, once again, back and forth.
What is going on here,
What is
ladies
this
and
game?
gentlemen? I am just absolutely baffled at this point. 13 and 16 on the scoreboard. This is just going back and forth between the teams. Oh my goodness.
Definitely an interesting game. That's what I would say. That's all I can say. Great game to be watching. Sobrang saya, because this is what we want to see here. Those big clashes, those big upsets, right? Because both of these teams have actually been great at upsets.
Yeah.
You know, beating Golden Lions and the Choi Warriors, who were favored to win. Pero this particular game it's kind of funny to me.
Perplexing, very perplexing indeed. So, yeah, looking at the scoreboard, until it does keep on going back and forth, but still there's no clear lead as far as what we're seeing here. Although that Karma is looking pretty good, 7-1 and 2.
7-1 and 2.
Then, like, again, as I was saying earlier, if you're gonna look at who these kills should be going to, John B. Laxton University still looking much better in terms of that distribution. Although, again, as we saw Colegio de la Purísima Concepcion in that bot lane earlier, really punishing them for that overextend. I'm just speechless, ladies and gentlemen. I just can't determine who is gonna have this game.
Yeah, and it looks like CPC here with the ON technique going to get that turret. Yeah, they will get that turret with the Azir, with AC. Actually, AC's performance so far has been kind of lackluster.
Yeah.
You know, it's not... He hasn't been responding well to these team fights. Even though in that one team fight with a beautiful Shurima shuffle.
Yes.
But that last one though,
Was a bit messy.
was a bit messy. If I recall, he didn't have ult up, so I think that's one of the contributing factors to why that went so wrong.
Yes. I think like they just kind of should have. Well, for AC, I guess. Yeah, I'm just pretty. Look at me right now. I'm just pretty much. I'm just very perplexed at this point. Like,
Oh, but once again, the Maokai, Jan going in. Everybody, Rosés also in the backline. Monsoon trying to get everybody, but Ains in the backline trying to deal with everybody. Once again, the Shurima Shuffle gets 3 people, but G's does take down AC. Double kill for the Rat. Rosés trying to get Ains here, will get him. Carlo going down, triple kill once again for G's, and they will be going for the Baron with only Thresh left alive. Another 4-0 in favor of the John B. Lacson Maroon Dragons.
Again, John B. Lacson University, these are the type of clashes that we should be looking for. And I think it just goes to show that, as I was saying earlier, the key kills needed to be given to these carries. They were able to give it to the Karma, they were able to give it to the Twitch. And as a result, you could just see how it shows that Twitch really just was dealing tons and tons of damage consistently. And again,
and-
Colegio de la Purísima Concepcion really needs to step it up and do something about this. Otherwise, John B. Lacson University is just poising themselves for this victory.
And to quote my dear friend Manjin, wasak ang Summoner's Rift.
Shout
Oh
out
my
to
God.
Manjin. Oh my
Shout
goodness.
out. So si paring Manjin at si paring Rojin, who sadly cannot be with us today.
Yeah, such a shame. But nonetheless, ladies and gents, once again, Arctic and Geo here, still to bring you the action here on Summoner's Rift
Yes,
right now.
definitely.
The wasakan that's happening right now. Oh my goodness.
Yes, anong nangyari sa Pilipinas, mga papi chulo, let's go. Mga fre. Alright, let's just taking a bit out of the books of the other casters here.
Yes.
But yeah, that was, well, we can see now that the lead has definitely shifted to in favor of John B. Lacson. Twitch has reached that mid-game power spike with all the crit chance, 80% now on this on this switch, but with the exact same items almost as Jinx. But I think in that team fight, what let JBL get that team fight in their favor was that the dive from Jan and Roses into the backline. Ains wasn't able to lay down the damage
Yes.
onto everybody else.
I think
While, yeah, the Shurima Shuffle from AC, he just got deleted by G's.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that it was Rosessa, I believe, yes, that was able to successfully make sure that Ains was able to deal the optimal damage that he should have been during that clash. And as a result, you can kind of see that the difference between the Twitch and the Jinx is really heavily factoring in onto these clashes. Along with the fact, composition-wise, I kind of like how John B. Lacson University has this very solid front line in the Maokai
Yeah.
and the Rek'Sai, further amplified by the shields from the Karma and the sustain from the Janna.
Yes, that is a very, very good point, as the JBL Maroon Dragons will push down this inner bot turret with their Baron buff.
Then again, I'm not really sure if it was the more... Well, I guess, yeah, in a way, it was a smartly safe thing to do, that they grouped up together and got that push in the bot lane.
Yeah, and they will go for this Ocean Drake. Not the second Ocean Drake. The first Ocean Drake, but their second Drake.
Yes, we're seeing a lot of variety of Drakes here in this game. Like earlier we had the Cloud Drake and then the Mountain, and then now we have the
Yeah.
Ocean.
Interestingly, that means that the Infernal Drake will not spawn this game.
Yes, my favorite one.
Yeah,
Yeah. That was a bit off there, but yeah, 13 and 20 on the scoreboard. John B. Lacson University looking really good so far. And still, Colegio de Purísima Concepcion has a lot of avenue to make a comeback in this game.
definitely. Because if they get the right team fight,
Yes.
if they are able to take out the Twitch and Karma from the backline, then their team fight is the fight is basically secured in their favor.
Yes.
Because if they get rid of the damage dealers, Roses, Jan, and Demigod don't have that much damage, so they won't be able to efficiently take out the carries of CPC.
I think that's the hard thing about looking at the composition of Colegio de la Purísima Concepcion. Like there's no, like you have for, let's say for John B. Lacson University, you have the Maokai and the Rek'Sai to get into the back line and dive into that Jinx. Well, as opposed to CPC, it's a bit more complicated. That sure you have the Azir, but Azir looking technically you'd expect the Azir to be dealing the damage, but in terms of the utility that they need to get to that Twitch, like they might need to try to weigh in on making sacrifices in order to get to that Twitch to make these team fights successful. Otherwise,
Yeah.
it's just going to be very tough for them to make a comeback at this point.
Yes, I remember. Yeah. Man, I remember when I first started playing League, I was a Twitch main.
Oh yeah, really?
Yeah, it was fun because that was a time when you can stack 2 Bloodthirsters.
Right.
And just like Bloodthirster was back then was a stacking item. Whenever you kill CS, you get more AD.
Oh, yeah, I
and
remember
more
that.
lifesteal. Great time, season 4. Shout out sa mga matatandang summoners natin dyan.
Oh,
Yes, to those who have been playing since beta and still remember Heart of Gold.
Oh yeah, them RAP, Art of Gold, and all
Yes.
those items that were pretty much put into the game. But here we go, a little bit of a siege, but CPC defending this top turret.
Yeah, a little bit of a standoff here.
Then
Right.
again, but are there still Baron buffs on these guys?
No, I
Okay.
don't think so. It's been a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the next Drake spawning will be the Elder Dragon.
Oh, my
That
goodness.
will be at, I think, 36 minutes now, or 35 odd minutes. So if they go for that when it spawns, that should make for a very, very interesting team fight.
Definitely, and like, I think at this point, Colegio de la Purísima Concepcion really does not want to give any more objectives to John B. Laxon.
Oh, with Resist a
But-
bit
ooh.
caught up here. Oh, the hook lands onto Demigod, but the Chompers will not get anybody. Just in Manjin's words, once again, like chachangyan lang sila dito. Yeah,
There we go.
there's a 5v5 here in the top lane.
JBL really wants something to happen here. Like 5 members of each team complete here in this
They're
top
just
lane, trying to make something happen.
Dancing around this inner turret.
Yes, but oh, we have a little bit of a recall happening for Carlo and Laxus here. Let's see, what will they
CPC
do
is
next?
basically have to just play defensively at this point and wait for a favorable team fight.
Exactly.
Just try to catch someone out and delete some as fast as possible.
Exactly, but like looking as far as strategic here, I'm liking how John B. Laxon University is playing this, because if you're gonna look at all the lanes, like they really have everything pushed in, which kind of makes it hard for Colegio de la Purísima Concepcion to establish any control on this map, needing to
Yeah.
defend these turrets continuously.
It's even hard for them to get into their own jungle
Exactly.
because most of their jungle is warded by John B. Laxon right here.
So like again, I'm loving how John B. Laxon is taking advantage of what lead they were able to establish and further solidifying it by granting the pressure, putting control on these on the map, and of course really
The
pushing
hook
things
lands
up.
on
Oh,
the
that's
Demigod!
gone.
The
Oh my
play!
goodness.
Will he go for the button? But Roses in the back once again, going for Ace, but he's very low. Ace does get him, but Jan in the midst of everybody. Ace has to flash on the Shurima Shuffle, but he will still go down. Oh, Twitch gets a Zir. Jan in the back, not gonna die because nobody has any damage. But Mythic with the hook play and the
Oh.
Granny Slam for the shutdown, but a triple kill coming out for Jace, and that is another 4, wait, not 4 for 0, but a 4 for 2. Carlo barely escaping that. Wow!
Oh my goodness, this Twitch again.
Yes.
No pun intended, but jeez Louise, what is happening here? John B.
Louise,
Laxon
indeed.
University really pulling up the stops here. But
Oh, it looks like they caught out Carlo. He is slowed. He has
oh
to
my
flash out
goodness.
to be safe.
I believe
Oh,
that they
God.
could get this inhibitor, and it would be a bit smarter if they backed off from there on.
Yes, and that's exactly what they seem to be doing here.
So yes, 15 and 24 on the scoreboard.
Not
my-
looking good for Colegio de la Purísima right here.
They really need to start flexing some muscles at this point. Otherwise, they're just going to have a hard time, or they're just virtually not going to be able to make the comeback that they need.
But it's hard for them to get any sort of team fight in their favor because Roses's reactions to a team fight breaking out is just immediately go for that Jace. And Jan
Exactly.
also. They just go immediately for that backline. They ignore everybody in the front and just go for it. And that's also good because nobody in CPC really has hard CC that can prevent Jan and Roses from diving in.
Exactly.
I mean, their CC is conditional. Kasi, like the chompers, the body slam, the Shurima shuffle technique, and the ult from Lulu, the hook, the flay, very conditional. None of it
Yes.
is point and click, unlike the twisted advance from Maokai and the knock up from the Unburrow.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's hard for them to prevent a dive onto their backline, and that's why nahihirapan sila.
Exactly. And like, again, I just gotta commend Roses. I feel like in terms of method, like in terms of what they should be doing, John B. Laxon is pretty much calculating this much better than Colegio de la Purísima Concepcion. They know how they need to win these team clashes.
Yes.
They know the win conditions that they need to fulfill, and they're capitalizing so well on these leads. Very well played by John B. Laxon University.
Yeah, speaking of John B. Laxon, they seem to be picking this bot lane. They want to pick here and then go for that Elder Drake, but Rosés with the farm alarm going off to the Baron. They will be going for the
yes.
Baron here instead. Wow, with the members of CPC nowhere near to respond, it looks like it's a free Baron here.
Yes, I don't think they actually have that as much vision, and I believe by the time that Laxus makes it, sure, he could cause a little bit of a ruckus, but not
but
happening.
Baron
Exactly.
has been taken. And they are excited. Rosés one flashes in and takes on Laxus, but the explosive cast. What?
Oh
From the
my
back! From
goodness.
behind! Quadra kill! Flash for it! Oh my god, but will it be the penta here? Quadra kill from the penta
Oh
kill!
my
Penta kill for
goodness!
G's! Oh jeez, Louise!
There we
Holy
go.
cow, let's go! Once again, there's Twitch.
That's the
ADC.
flag.
The ADC with the most pentakills per game, taking the pentakill, our first pentakill of the day here in the LoL Collegiate League, and that will be the end of the game. Taking down the Nexus turrets, taking down the Nexus at 37 minutes and 57 seconds.
There we go. John B.
No,
Laxon. There, yes. And that is John B. Laxon University. Ladies and gentlemen, the victors of this current wild card for Visayas.
Yes.
Very well
Looks
played.
like the Maroon Dragons will be going on to the next round of the wildcards.
Yes, but you know, again, we gotta hand it to both teams. Very well played.
Definitely. Well played by both teams. It's just that I think like medyo nagkamali yung CPC in their comp in
Yeah.
that they didn't have reliable hard CC.
I think like exactly, and they have a bit more of a risk because like their composition relies on making sure that they have the lead. If they
Yes.
don't have that lead, there is no plan B, and that's just what happened. JBL capitalized on that, and looking at the screen here, it really paid off. And looking at that Twitch, beautiful 16-5 and
16, 5, and 9. That's an S plus if I ever saw that. Anyari sa Pinas, S plus. Whoa!
The
Blowing
damage.
everybody out of the water with the damage.
not even close. Like not
no
even.
one is even half of the damage that
Exactly.
G's did.
Oh, very well played. Jeez, Louise, indeed.
This is why they call it AD carry.
Yes.
Carry!
And
Man, this makes me so happy.
that pentakill though.
That
oh my
penta
goodness.
though.
Again,
That was
like,
beautiful.
You were saying earlier, like how Twitch has the most pentakills, and
Yes.
there's another add-on right there to the pentakills for the Twitch right there.
Just
Plus.
beautiful, beautiful. Did you see how it happened? He was behind the wall, behind the blue buff wall. Just popped that rat-a-tat-tat and gone through everybody. CPC just kind of formed in line.
The
They just kind of
positioning,
formed in
exactly.
line. The position is pretty bad, and they got shredded by the rat-a-tat-tat bolts.
But-
And everything, the crits going through everybody, just shredded. Wow.
But yeah, but ladies and gents, nonetheless, we still have a lot more games up ahead. Next up is our
Definitely.
defending champions, OLFU,
Oh,
going the Beds.
versus UP Los Baños.
There we go. So,
Man.
ladies
Now-
and gentlemen, this is the LoL Collegiate League. Once again, this is Coach Arctic of Argon's La Liga Pilipinas. Together with me is
G10 coming at you, and we'll see you in our next game.